Imagine this. You die, your body is taken to a sacred tower, and instead of being buried, vultures feast on your remains. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But this isn't fiction. This is a real religious practice that has existed for thousands of years. A practice that treats death not as an ending, but as part of nature's cycle. Why would an ancient religion choose to feed its dead to birds? What does this ritual mean? And more importantly, why is it vanishing today? Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious funeral customs in human history, the Towers of Silence. This is the death ritual of Zoroastrianism, a 3,000-year-old faith that shaped the beliefs of millions, yet remains largely unknown to the modern world. And what you're about to learn will shock you. Zoroastrianism is one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, dating back to around 1200–1000 BCE. It was founded by Zoroaster, also known as Zarathustra, in ancient Persia, what is now Iran. At its core, Zoroastrianism teaches a cosmic struggle between Ahura Mazda, the force of good, and Angra Mainyu, the embodiment of chaos and evil. Fire is considered sacred, representing purity and divine wisdom. Many historians believe Zoroastrian ideas heavily influenced later religions, including Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Concepts like heaven and hell, a final judgment, and even a savior figure can be traced back to Zoroastrian teachings. But despite its massive impact on religious thought, Zoroastrianism itself has dwindled. Once the dominant religion of the Persian Empire, it now survives in small communities, mostly in India, Parsi, Iran, and Pakistan. And one of the most unique and controversial aspects of this ancient faith is what happens to its dead. In most cultures, the dead are either buried in the ground or cremated in fire. But for Zoroastrians, both of these options were seen as polluting the sacred elements of earth and fire. Their solution? A practice called sky burial, where the body is given back to nature in the most direct way possible. Here's how it works. The deceased is taken to a dakhma, also known as a Tower of Silence, a circular stone structure built in a remote location, often on a hilltop. The body is laid out in the open air, and within minutes, vultures descend upon it. These scavenger birds strip away the flesh, leaving only the bones behind. This process, called excarnation, can happen in just a few hours. Once the body has been completely stripped, the sun and wind naturally bleach the bones. Eventually, the remains are placed into a central pit within the tower, where they slowly disintegrate. Over time, the entire ritual is designed to be as natural and clean as possible, avoiding any contamination of the environment. To outsiders, this practice might seem disturbing, but for Zoroastrians, it's both spiritual and practical. They believe that a dead body is ritually unclean because evil forces can take hold of it. By exposing the body to the sky, they ensure that it is purified in the most natural way, without contaminating the earth, fire, or water. But beyond the religious meaning, this system also has an incredible environmental advantage. Unlike cremation, which releases carbon emissions, or burial, which takes up land and can contaminate groundwater, sky burial leaves no waste, no pollution, and no footprint. It's a fully sustainable method of returning to nature. However, this ancient ritual is now under threat. One of the biggest problems? The vulture crisis. Over the past few decades, vulture populations across India and Iran have collapsed by over 99%. Why? A veterinary drug called diclofenac, used to treat cattle, has proven highly toxic to vultures. When they consume the carcasses of treated animals, they die in massive numbers. This means fewer vultures are left to perform their role in the ecosystem, including the crucial part. They play in the Zoroastrian sky burial ritual. With fewer vultures to clean the bodies, the process slows down dramatically, leading to hygiene concerns and social opposition. In response, some communities have built solar concentrators, giant mirrors that use the sun's heat to accelerate decomposition. Others have reluctantly moved toward cremation or burial, breaking with tradition that has lasted for more than 3,000 years. But it's not just vultures causing the decline of the ritual. Modernization and government restrictions are also playing a role. Many cities have banned towers of silence, forcing Zoroastrians to adopt alternative funeral methods. In Iran, where the faith was born, there are barely any Zoroastrians left, and sky burials are almost non-existent. In India, where the Biparsi community Yaur has kept the tradition alive the longest, urban expansion and legal issues have made it increasingly difficult to continue the practice. So here's the big question. Will this ritual survive? Or is it doomed to disappear forever? Some Zoroastrian communities are fighting to preserve the tradition, arguing that it is an essential part of their faith. Others have adapted, embracing modern alternatives while still trying to respect their ancient beliefs. But as the number of Zoroastrians shrinks and laws continue to tighten, the Tower of Silence may soon become a relic of the past. What do you think? Would you choose sky burial over traditional methods? Does this ritual make sense in today's world, or should it be left behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love learning about strange ancient traditions, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mind-blowing history.